Hey, Shalom Markins, Rakam Akapash from Jim Slotting, giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Chach Hadash. Want to give double honors unto the elders, the apostles of GMS, and Shalom out there to the hopeful that pushing his truth in all sincerity. Back again with another video, and this is gonna be based off the video the elder brother did, and that was up from GMS South Carolina '08, and he was going into this article that the People's Voice had posted up, and that site is deemed to be like a conspiracy theory site, right? A fake news site, right? But the truth really behind it is that they bring up things, or certain things, not saying all things, but certain things that should be cause for concern, right? Now, the article the brother went into is, the older brother went into was King Charles's Christmas speech, right? And what he sees, or his desire, or what he outlines for the coming year, right? And how and the site was saying how they changed it, right, from what it was originally. But just to show how spooky it is, right, that something's up. But obviously the devil is slick, or thinks he's slick. He's cunning, right? But right, because the reason why he does what I'm about to tell you, or about to say, is to cause confusion, right, and to discredit these news outlets, right, as fake news sites or whatever, right? Because he'll remove things and change things, and he never said that. Oh, it doesn't exist, but obviously it came from somewhere, right? I'm not, like I said, I'm not saying all things that site puts out is categorically true, but where there's smoke there's fire, right? But this one in particular, right, the guy goes into it, but the Odom Nutters Up by is obviously reading from a site that it comes from. It's their site, right? Let me see if I can just move this about a little bit. Right. You can clearly see, if I can just, right, this is from this site, right? And it's published on the 25th of December 2024. If you can see, if you can make that out, you should be able to make that out, right? It's obviously from this site, right? But right, on my phone, it looks a little bit different, but it's the same thing, right? The press releases, right? That's what it was. It was a press release. But when I search for it now, there's not even nothing on there. There's no results found. There's nothing on there whatsoever on the 25th of December. Nothing at all. So not only have they changed it, supposedly, they've just straight up taken it off whatever was changed as well. So anyone that will go to have a look now, it's like, oh, or they go to look back, oh, it never existed. Oh, it's just a conspiracy site. He never said that. And there's no other record of him saying it, or any letter or any writing or any type, because they've taken it, taking it down or taking it away, right? And so this just brings confusion, because people that caught onto it early before it was taken down, they look like nut jobs, because those that came in afterwards, and it's like, well, he never said that. It's not here. I looked for it. It's not there. I mean, I looked for it. It ain't there. Right? It's been taken down, but clearly it existed. Something existed at some point on the 25th of December as a press release, but it no longer exists anymore, right? So the devil's slick. He is slick, because he makes it. This is the reason why he does it. He wants people to sound crazy, and for the two different sides to disagree and argue, to cause confusion, right? Because that's what he does. That's the whole purpose. That's why we need a new world order, because there's too much division in the world. We all need to be the same. Okay, we have to be we all have to be as one, right? So that's why he does it. But maybe I'll do that in another video. Maybe I'll do that in the next video I'll do. But what I really wanted to cover was what was in the supposed article that no longer exists. You know, what was in this speech. If you want to know what the speech said, you can go watch the brother's video, because I'm not gonna go into it. You know, he already went through it. But I'm just gonna add my 2 pence in. You know, because the time's coming. You know, every year that goes by, you know, Esau moves on with his plans, right? Which is ultimately the Heavenly Father's plans that they're enacting on his behalf on the left-hand side. But, you know, these elites got plans, right? And it don't stop. They don't stop. Scripture tells you, man, they don't stop doing wickedness, right? They don't sleep. They don't sleep unless they're doing wickedness, right? So it's the next phase. Next year, this is the new year, new phase. And they're gonna push on with it. From what I was listening to in this video, you know, they're talking like they're running out of time. You know, this is the last time, and this and that, and the time is now, and you know, all these types of wordings, right? And so they're really, you know, like always, they're gonna push on ahead with their plans, regardless of what people want or what, you know, how people feel, right? Because they believe, or you know, what they're saying is that they're doing it for the good of humanity, right? Man's gonna destroy sovereignty. You know, everyone needs to give up their sovereignty so we can all be, you know, become closer and work together to do things to save the planet, to save one another, and all this chit chat, you know. But yeah, you know, this year might, you know, we'll see a big push in these different technologies, you know, all under the guise of climate change and danger, you know, all these things that we must change before we all perish and all this kind of business. But like I said, you can because you can't find this actual article. It's not on their site no more, so you can't actually read that on their own site. But you have to go to the People's Voice, you know, if it's still on there. Or watch the Elder Brothers video here to hear some of it at least, right? So you can do that. But I'm gonna just jump into the scriptures, right? So without further ado, right, I'm gonna grab this from Revelation 12:12, right? It says, and therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth he have but a short time, right? They do know instinctively that time is not on their side, right? They're trying to buy time. That's why they're doing this whole, all these agendas. They're trying to buy time. They're trying to buy extra time, like Man United back in the day, right? They want to get extra time on the football pitch, just score an extra goal or two, right? When they're losing or drawing, right? Because they want to hold on to their kingdom, right? And they believe this agenda, this NWO agenda that they got going, right? They reckon they're gonna hold on. They can hold on to their kingdom forever. That's what they think. All they got to do is enslave the Israelites predominantly, right? Because that means there's no one for Yahweh Shai to come and save, only because, you know, they would have picked Satan. They would have picked Esau. And so therefore there's no one to give the blessing to. So I guess by default it ends up in Esau's possession, because he's in rulership and he's the brother of Jacob, who he believes should have got the blessing. You know, I don't know. It's funny how Esau's mind works, but you know, I guess it could be something along those lines how they think. But you know, they know they need to get this thing done soon. All right, and so they're gonna pull everything out. Okay, everything in the kitchen sink, right? In order to establish themselves, right? To establish this new agenda, this new world order. All right, and so you've got central bank digital currencies on the rise. They say you got all these fears or threats of these pandemics, right? To control the people. Right, you got war on the rise and energy costs. Cost of inflation, stuff like that, energy and stuff like that going through the roof, right? So they're talking about, or saying that they're trying to tackle all these things to bring you safe and comfort. All right, but when this place fails and falls, right, you ain't gonna know what to do, and so you're gonna do what your governments tell you for the most part. A lot of these people, the majority of these people are gonna play along. A portion of them is gonna resist, right? Because a portion of them know what's up. Okay, these are the same sort that caught onto certain things early before they were taken offline and stuff like that, and that are reading in between the lines of things, because they're not, the elite's not going to tell you plainly what it is that they're doing, but you have to kind of read between the lines and understand their dark speeches. All right, so a portion is going to resist, but that all plays into their hands because they want the chaos. All right, which adds to the fact that they need a new order. All right, so it's all a game that Esau's playing, and everybody's a pawn in it. Even these truthers, and that they're even pawns, right? The only people that are really outside of this game are the men of the Lord, the elect. Okay, we're the only ones really outside of Esau's game, and that's why the elect can't be deceived, right? But anyway, but I'm gonna read verse 12 again. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth he hath but a short time. Right? So time is ticking. Okay, and we hope this year is a promising year. And say we hope this is the time of destruction and death, and our salvation, our deliverance, right? As it was I believe that's what it was titled for this year by Elder Apostle Dahar. Okay, loosely, right? But yeah, many things may happen this year, man, Lord willing. All right. And this is Psalms 55, verse 21. So the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart, right? So he's got all these fair speeches, King Charles, and these delegates, Esau's faces, right? They're out there talking all these things for the good of humanity, right? For the good of all people, all mankind. Like these men are saviors when they're here destroying the planet, destroying people, right? So they say it's all good. It all sounds nice. Like, you need to do this and that because the planet needs help. Who don't want to help the planet? Who don't want to live more righteous lives and healthy lives? But that's not really what you're promoting. You don't really promote that. Make people believe that that's what they're doing, but ultimately you don't promote righteousness. You don't promote the good of all people. These are just fair these are just fair speeches, right? So the words of his mouth are smoother than butter, right? So it's just nice, it's slick. But war is in his heart, right? He's looking, these people, these Edomites, these elites are looking to enslave everybody, right? Through these new systems that are being put in place, right? That's why, all this talk of carbon taxing, is become more and more prevalent. This whole idea of a social credit system has become more and more prevalent. This digital ID has become more prevalent. Universal basic income more prevalent. 15-minute cities become more prevalent. These are not things that inspire freedom and peace and happiness, right? These are nothing but oppressive ideas and oppressive systems that are being brought in, right? So he's waging war. Okay. So the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. They were softer than oil, yet they were drawn swords, right? So what he's really preparing is for slaughter, like, for aggression, for violence. All right. This is Revelation chapter 13, verse 11. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. Right. So we put these people put faith in their political systems and democracy, right? Because it's funny because we have a king here, but the king doesn't play a role in doesn't play a role in its rulership, right? But when I was reading something else a minute ago, I was trying to find this statement that he was making, but I was reading another one, and it was what was it called? I don't know. It's the one it makes on behalf of the government, what the government's going to do this year or in the term, in their term or whatever. But he's always using the words like my government, my ministers, right? That to me sounds possessive, right? That they belong to the king, right? As so much as the king doesn't have rule, but these governments belong to the king, right? They're supposed to do things on the king's behalf, right? But the prime ministers and the ministers, they're meant to do things on the people's behalf. But that's not how it really works. It's backwards, really. Made to look like that's how it runs, and it doesn't really run that way. All right. So it gets put out there what they're looking to do, and like I said, they're all fair speeches because for the most part, it's to um pacify the people, because there's so much good things that they plan on doing, right? So much things. And I'm reading the list. It's like a lot of shit. Like, you're gonna achieve all that? And it's like, no, you won't. You never do. It's just bullshit. But obviously, it sounds good, isn't it? But yeah, so so you got left and right. These different political parties, but they're on the same shit, right? They're all gonna do the same thing, right? And it says that he spake as a dragon, because ultimately that's how they're gonna roll. They're gonna roll like dragons. Okay, as time draws nearer and things become more chaotic, they're gonna become rough around the edges, man. Right, and they're gonna be barking at things that you should. All right, I wouldn't have thought they would have said that. You know, usually become more political with it, but they're gonna be less political and more straightforward and more ruthless. All right, that's what this dragon is, draconian, bringing forth draconian legislations and orders and laws and stuff. You know, this is Micah chapter 2 verse 1. So woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand. Right, everything moves. The world. The people. They all move to the beat of these elites, because they have the power to shape the world. Right, that's what happens when you're in power and you have rulership, and and they've got might and they've got wealth. They have influence. Right, they practice in all kinds of witchcraft and all kinds of shit. So they got all kinds of power and ability to manipulate the world as they want it, albeit it takes time, because Esau has not been able to do this overnight. This is taking centuries of work to try and establish this order, right? And so but they're in the latter phases of their plans, right? But they're always working this wickedness. And so, like I said, another year, a new phase, in the agenda. All right, doesn't stop. I might as well read this as well, right? It says so they practice it because it's in the power of their hands, and they covet fields, right? Esau is being covetous, right? We got WEF, which the brother mentions, and that talking about you will own nothing. Well, someone's gonna own it, and if it's not us, who? So it's Esau is looking to land grab. He's looking to resource grab. He's looking to grab everything that you got, anything that he doesn't feel that you need or is necessary to you. He's gonna take, and you're just gonna live off the crumbs that they give you. Whatever they deem fit for you to have. You can have, as long as your social credit system is acceptable, and that you're verified, and you got the CHIP, and yeah, all these types of things. But that's how they plan on having people live, like you're on a fucking farm. You know what I'm saying? You get grain when they come. You get grain when they give you grain. You get to walk around when they let you walk around. But inside the perimeter, inside the 15-minute city, you're allowed to walk around there, right? You're gonna go graze. You're gonna go graze for the day. Do whatever work it is that you've been given, and you get given grain at the end of it. That's how people are gonna be living their lives practically in Esau's new setup, right? Because a cow don't know no fucking different. It's gonna graze, and it's gonna you know chicken's gonna get their corn feed and that kind of shit, and they don't know shit. And for the most part, they're just content. They don't know shit else, bro. You know what I'm saying? They just walk around the farm. They got a fence up, but it's like, oh, but no, you're convinced that the fence is for our safety, right? It's for our safety. That's why we stay inside the fence, because it's crazy out there, right? The world is crazy place. There's wolves and shit. And so like Esau's making it to the point where we're accepting the fact that this is the world he's created, and we're just gonna live in it, and we're just gonna be content, because we're gonna be given everything that we need, and we're just gonna do what's required of us until the inevitable day of the slaughter. When the cows go to the slaughterhouse or whatever, and you're disposed of. That is the life of mankind in their eyes. And that is what, the people are walking into blindly, But that's exactly what it is, right? We are the cattle. We are the animals. Uh, what are we looking for, man? We're their possessions, man. Right, and so that's how they wanna treat us, man. While the farmer, which in this analogy is them, lives in the farmhouse and is eating good off you, literally, you know. But yeah, all right. So yeah, they covet fields and take them by violence because they're planning for violence. They know violence is gonna come. They want violence, and they want to call a lot of you and take them by violence and houses and take them away, right? You're gonna forfeit a lot of your shit. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage, right? They want you to forget about all the culture stuff, all the heritage stuff. They just want you to follow their rules, their image, right? Except their democracy, quote unquote democracy, right? They don't want you to have individuality and all this kind of business, right? They just want you a product of the system. So therefore, thus says the Lord Yahweh, behold, against this family, these Edomites, do I devise an evil from which they should not remove your necks, neither shall you go haughtily, for the time is evil. All right, the time we're coming into is an evil time. We're in evil times now, but these things are gonna increase. Evil is gonna increase. All right. It's 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 3. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them. Right. So, like I said, all these words and all these agendas that they tout, that they talk about as if it is to help mankind and save mankind from itself, it's all BS, man. It's leading you to destruction, right? But because you're fooled and you believe that it's for the good, when that destruction comes, you're gonna be like, how did it happen? How? You ain't gonna really understand how we ended up here. But the Lord, they know. You can't trust the devil, man. I made that video the other day. You just can't trust what he says. It isn't for that reason. War is in his heart. And he's been working on you for years and years and years, working on the minds of you people. And all these plans are going to come to fruition. And you're like, shit, I didn't see it. But this is why, these people are caught in that snare that they wasn't aware of, It says, for when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them as a travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape, right? So it's the same as a woman's pregnant. Like, she got the baby in the belly and that, right? So, she's growing, but, she's not in any real pain, a bit of discomfort because, shit heavy. Right, but then the day comes when she starts getting those contractions, she comes out of nowhere, right? Bang. And she actually in pain, actually in reaving pain. It's like, oh shit, oh. That's what it's gonna be like. You thought you was calm, you thought you was kind of chilled, oh man, a good pregnancy, glowing and shit, sitting there smiling and shit, one patting your belly and shit, you know what I mean? Like feeling good, and then one day, bang, contractions, bang, or bang again. Now you're in pain. Now you want it to stop. You want it to be over because you're in that much pain and you can't escape the pain. You got to deliver that child, man, and it's not easy. It's not going to be an easy road to deliver that child, right? That's what it's like, man. That's what it's like for these people, or how it's going to be, Everything's going to seem okay. Then what next thing that you're in pain, man? Okay, you got problems. You got shit to deal with. Shit's real. All right, ain't fun no more. It's Psalms chapter 17, verse 13. So that, arise, O Lord, disappoint them, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword. Right, these Edomites are the sword that the Most High is using on the left hand side, man, to bring around evil upon the earth. Right, so these men are not set up in power to do any type of good. And you can look back in the history; they've not done any good. They have not done any good. To what people have they done good to? Oh, they released the slaves. Yeah, they used to put them in slavery. We always forget about that part. You know, they've not done no good, and they don't change. You know, they don't change, and so they're only up to more evil, but they're just smarter about it, more deceptive about it. You know, but the Most High ultimately is gonna rain on their parade, so to speak. He's gonna prevent them from fulfilling their goals, right? Because he's he's so proud and so full of himself. He thinks that he's on the precipice of creating this new world order that which he can rule forever, right? But the Most High is gonna be like, nah, that's not what's gonna happen here, right? I'm gonna get you so far, and then I'm gonna drag your ass down, right? So the Lord's gonna disappoint them, right? He's gonna disappoint them, right? But they're so sure of themselves, you know. And it's Job chapter 5 verse 12 says he disappointed the devices of the crafty, right? So we're not afraid or worried about Esau's plans because he's gonna excel. He's gonna do well, mostly. He's gonna get pretty far with the plans. We're gonna watch this world change or be changed further into their image, and we're gonna have to sort of just enjoy that and watch it unfold. But we know that the Most High is gonna destroy it. You people out here trying to resist Esau, it's just not gonna happen. You're gonna be you're in his world, right? You're in his domain, and everything is he's gonna shape it as he sees fit. Now you can resist, but guess what, man? You're probably gonna be destroyed in the process, right? But the men of the Lord who believe in Yahweh Shem Yahushai, that trust in Yahweh Shem Yahushai to deliver us and to destroy Esau, right? We don't have to conform. We ain't got to be worried or scared about what he's gonna do. He's gonna do it. Esau's gonna do it, right? There ain't no stopping him until Yahushai turns up to stop him. So ain't nobody out here, out of us, the men, men the Lord, the elect Lord, hopeful elect Lord willing, right? None of us are, plotting some resistance. In the sense that, we're going to get band together, a bunch of people with guns and shit, and we're going to roll up and do this and do that. We're not going to do nothing. We ain't got to do all that freedom fighting shit that you men are doing. That's your lot. You got your own uses. Okay, but that's not the role of the elect. Right? We're just meant to resist spiritually. And that's what we're going to do. Right? We're going to resist spiritually. We ain't got to take up arms against Esau. Right? We got an army. It's on its way, and we're just waiting. Okay, Yahushua is coming with the mighty angels to take this place down, so we just wait. And then we get changed, and then we'll be ready for the war. But there's nothing to do right now other than to speak against it, to condemn it, and warn the elect. That's it. That's all we're here to do. All right. Anyway, back here, Job 5 and 12, he disappointed the devices of the crafty so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise, right? So on the back of your dollar bill, you got Anawit Coeptus. No, that's not the one. Yeah, it is that one, I think, right? His favorite enterprise, right? Speaking of God, right? But that's not the God you worship. You worship Satan ultimately, right? No one's blessed your enterprise. Satan has not really ultimately blessed your enterprise. Right, he's giving you dominion for a time because he's not got the power to give you infinite or an everlasting dominion. He hasn't got the power to do that. That's why Yahushua turned around and told him, look, man, we're to worship the Heavenly Father only. Right? You offer me this and that. But the Most High, Yahweh's already gave me these things. You ain't the ruler of this place. Your position is going to be taken away from you as the one that can give dominion to people. Right? That's not in your power. And so the same with Esau. He's been given power by Satan, ultimately through the Heavenly Father, right, to rule. But he's not the one to rule forever. He's not the one. Right? No kingdom built upon wickedness can last forever. Right? So the Most High is going to disappoint them. Right? Their work is going to become a curse. Verse 13, he taketh the wise in their own craftiness. Right? So you're going to be foiled by your own plan. Okay, your own plans is what's going to lead you to your own destruction. All right. And the counsel of the forward is carried headlong. All right. Is Psalm 64 verse 2. It says, hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity. Right, the secret counsel. Like we always talk about, as much as these people, claim conspiracy and that, right? Because there's no evidences and no proofs that these people said these things and met up and did these things and whatever the case, man. I don't know what you expect. I don't know what you think you should know or how you would know it, right? If it wasn't for these scriptures and through the Spirit, we wouldn't know anything. But because you believe in the powers that be that rule over you, and you think you living in some kind of righteous world that there's nothing nefarious about it, that these nefarious things don't happen. Plenty of conspiracies end up, coming out in the open. All these assassination things, someone had to speak about it before it took place. And that's just an example. I mentioned the in Rome, assassination of Julius Caesar, and in a previous video, all these assassination attempts and whatever, they were spoken about. Watch Game of Thrones. Man, I'm talking about shit, man. Right? They talk about it behind closed doors. Nobody knows what's going on except for those parties that are involved. Right? But how could they hide such secrets? Bro, secrets are being kept all the damn fucking time, man, and hidden from people. Esau just, he lets you know what he wants you to know. He doesn't have to publish anything. Not one thing does he have to publish. Oh, but the media were there. So, you don't think these outlets publish what they get told to publish? You don't think they're in the pocket? There's no document. Of course there's no fucking document. Who would be stupid enough to fucking take minutes of a fucking secret council? You fucking morons. So, of course, there's conspiracies. There's, but you just won't know. You won't know until they've happened or taken place. That's the only problem, and people doubt it before it takes place, which is, is reasonable. But you gotta be open to all things in the sense of in the roads of possibility. When you're seeing things happen and you just like, it's a possibility. You can't quite outrule it because of things of past. Things that happened in the past. It tells you, man, the things are written before time, written for our learning. Things have happened in the past where conspiracies have taken place and happened, It's not outside of a government to do things or someone to do things or corporations to do things. Oh yeah, like there's not assassins out here. Oh no, it's just conspiracy theories. There's no assassins out here. Whatever, man. You're living in your own fucking little bubble. It just thinks, everything's just cotton candies and fucking butterflies. You know what I mean? It's just, I don't know what to tell you, man. The world has always been a raw, crazy ass place. Always been kind of crazy. But you people get used to living, in houses with central heating and a TV, and you go on your everyday life, and bro, even in that little mundane part of life, right? There's shit going on behind your back. Your wife's cheating on you, some shit. There's a conspiracy going on there. I'm gonna leave him. I'm gonna be with you. I'm gonna leave my husband and be with you. There's all this type of shit going on, man. And like you just think, I don't know. What do you think, man? It's just kind of childish. It's childish. That's what it is. Childish, mate. You're naive to think in that manner. That certain shit don't go down. This is commonplace. You're just not aware. You're just not aware, and so you can doubt it, and say, oh, there's no source for this. Well, we just seen how to do that. The conspiracy theories, they get triggered by an article that goes up, or a statement that's made, and then the statement gets taken down, and now the statement or gets changed, and it doesn't exist anymore. So they're triggered. They're super triggered now. It's like, oh, they're trying to hide something. I'm like, yeah, maybe they are trying to hide something. Maybe they're not trying to hide something. Maybe they're trying to trigger the conspiracy theorists. Maybe they're trying to trigger them. But when you read what was in it, then you're like, well, no, that kind of makes sense to everything that's going on. So as much as it could, may or may not be true, the likelihood when you really watch what's going on, that makes a lot of sense, right? And that's just what it is. But because there's no proof and no evidence for the the average person, there's no article, there's no this, there's no that. I never heard him say that. There's no video. You know, it's got to be on YouTube, right, to be official, or TikTok. You know, there's no sources for it. So what? So what? You know? So what? If a murderer, you know, did a crime or whatever, did murder somebody and left no evidence, because there's no evidence, did he not do it? You know, come on, man. But anyway, I'm ranting, I'm rambling, but you know, Slakia, you know, I felt like that was purred to get off my spirit. All right, but anyway, verse 2, hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity, right? That's these elites. These are these Luciferians, right? These Illuminatis, right? These light bearers, so called, right? So who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words, right? And that they may shoot in secret at the perfect, suddenly they shoot at him and fear not, right? Because they've become emboldened, they've become proud, and full of pride. They think that there's nothing that can be done against them. So we're just here for the taking, pretty much. Like even though the men of the Lord are on the streets, we're more of an annoyance and a nuisance to them, because we're not physically doing anything to prevent them. But we know, well, they know the Most High's word is coming to pass, man. And they like I said, they're on a tight schedule, and they got wrap. You know, they feel like they got to wrap shit up, right? Because seeing us out there and us blowing the whistle and shit. Like when these, you know, these other people who say things and it might be true, it's like whatever. But when we say it, it's like it's an actual problem for them, right? Albeit, you know, people might not believe us, but the elect will, which is a problem for him, because that's all the Lord needs. All he needs is his elect, and then this place can be destroyed. That's a problem, you know. So the more Israelites that wake up is a problem to him, you know. And this is why he's desperately working on that side of things, and you know, buying out all these camps, having these other groups sell out and shit, and teach false doctrines. That's why he's working heavy on that front, you know, to prevent as many Israelites as possible to convert, like, fully and believe in this truth. But you can't do any more than what the Most High allow you to do, man. You can only take the non-elect. That's all you have. That's only all that you have power over is the non-elect. You can't stop the elect waking up. You can't stop the elect from receiving this truth. And so your plans are doomed to fail. But you're sweating, you know. But anyway, they encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privily, saying, "Who shall see them?" Right. So it's like I said, they do these things to kind of fuck with everybody. Essentially, they're fucking with the conspiracy theories. They're fucking with the average lay idiot that don't know shit, you know. And they got them wrapped up in this game, and they don't understand that you're trapped. You're all in this trap, you know. Ultimately, right? He's still playing high level chess against the people, and these people are just idiots at the end of the day. Conspiracy theorists or not, whether you know shit or not, you're still playing into their game. You know, you are part of the plan, and you don't understand that. You know, and you think, you know, on the conspiracy theorist side that you know you men are gonna rise up and stop it from happening. You ain't doing shit. You ain't gonna do shit. All right, there's no resistance, man. Just fodder for the new world order. You know, you're gonna be the foundations of the new world order, the bones that built it. Yeah, you know, he's playing high level chess, and you know, you don't get it. You don't get it. But he ain't playing chess on the level of the Heavenly Father, man. So I say he wrapped up in the game too. Esau's wrapped up in the game. He don't understand. He don't get it. Thinking that he's doing everything, you know, for his benefit. He don't get it. He's playing chess with the ultimate chess master, and he's just not on the same, nowhere near that level, you know. Don't understand the movements that are going on. But it's the same like what Esau's doing with the people. They don't get it. They don't understand what's going on. All right. Yeah, so who should see them, right? So verse 6, they search out iniquities, they accomplish a diligent search, both the inward thought of every one of them, and the heart is deep. But God shall shoot at them with an arrow, suddenly shall they be wounded. So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves, all that see them shall flee away. Right? So the Most High is going to take them out, regardless of how proud he is, how smart he is compared to others, you know. Because, he's got the jump on everybody, bar the elect, you know. But this is Revelation 13, man, because this is where it leads. Like all these games, all this manipulation and all these speeches and whatever, and commitments to do this and to do that, and to encourage people to do the right thing, right? Save the planet, do your part, right? Is ultimately coaxing you to take the CHIP, to take the MOTB. Right, that's his end game. Essentially, this is what he wants. This is what he's been working up to this whole time. And this year, like I said, it's gonna be an important year because the king said it. Supposedly, he said it. He said it, right? And how they intend to push, right? To push it this year, right? So you're gonna see all these different systems be brought into place, and Lord willing, we'll see a CHIP to accompany those systems. Lord willing, we have to see what happens, right? But Revelation 13 again says, verse 16 says, and he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Right? So there's going to come a time we're going to see this happen. Right? And it's like how you can deny it as much as you want. Right? You ain't in this truth anyway. So you're going to deny it anyway, right? So whatever. Right? And the people out here can be like, oh, they wouldn't do that. Yes, they would. Yes, they would. And like I said, you see it in history, and you're just so fucking stupid. You don't get it. You don't understand. They wouldn't do that. Yes, they would. Right? That's the whole reason why people walking around with passports. That wasn't a thing before. That was seen as like unconstitutional, man, for you to have to prove to go through borders and stuff like that. In your country, but no, you got to carry them to move through borders and stuff. That was just a emergency measure during the war. They did it, and it's still here today. It's just now part of life. It's like everybody has one now. You want to go anywhere, you better have your passport. Better be up to date. Better not be out of date. You can't use it. You get updated and pay £80-90 or whatever the fuck it is to get a new one or redone or whatever the case. You better make sure it's in date. Your picture's up to date. Better like you. Better not smile. Face better be straight. This picture better be a certain size. It's just it's crazy, right? But this has become everyday life for people now. Just the same as this CHIP will be, in Esau's future, So yeah, these things that could never be done before can never be done is going to be done, and you people are gonna eat it just like they ate the passports. They had no choice. Just like the VMAX. Right, you man, I want to leave the country, or you can't because you need to be, you need to make sure that you're clear. You ain't sick, so you got to make sure you got it and have proof. you got it done, all this shit, just so you can go travel. You man did that too, so that was unheard of before then, but during that time it had to be done, all right. Same thing. There's gonna be a situation that requires you to do it, and you people are gonna, for the most part, accept it, right? Because the threat is so dire, right? Just like King Charles was kind of outlining in his supposed speech, things are dire, things are getting worse, and we need to do something about it now. This is the last moment to do anything about it. This is what he was saying. From what God was saying on the speech, that no one can find anymore. I can't find it. It's not on their site because they took it down. But like I said, I explained why. Why you're not gonna find it. Was it there? Well, I can't verify that for sure, but someone else saw it and put it up, but it's no longer there. So you can draw your own conclusions or whatever, but just keep an eye on what's going on around you, man. And you be the judge. Whatever. But you're gonna see that these things are true eventually, right? And it's gonna be undeniable. All right. But anyway, I've spoken enough and ranted enough anyway, so I'm gonna end it there. Overall, this has been edifying, and I'll catch you brothers and sisters on the next video. Till next time, I say shalom.